What's going on, YouTube? And I'm reacting to these most unbelievable strange planets in space. So these are real planets. Let's get right into it.
These eerie things are absolutely impossible on our planet, even in the wildest imagination. But as practice shows, what is impossible with us is still possible on other planets. Let's look at ordinary.
What the fuck? Y'all, this planet looks like a big ass egg, boy. Big ass egg, boy. Fat ass egg, boy. Big round old egg, boy. Stupid ass. Yeah, this planet, I think it's Saturn. Jupiter. I don't see the rings. It looks like a giant egg, you guys. I'm sorry.
As an example, rain is usually cold and gloomy, and very, very wet. And in general, the Earth's rain, well, it's boring. The rain of stones on planet Korat 7b, however, is quite another matter. We wouldn't be bored there. It's very, very hot on one half of this strange space object.
Oh, damn! Okay. It's hot. Oh, look at that temperature. You would you would melt. Yo, this is, yo. I don't even put my phone on, I don't even put my fish, I only put, bro, I haven't even reached 300 miles. I'm at 300 Fahrenheit, bro. I'll probably put like 275 for some salmon if I'm cooking a meal. 4,700 Fahrenheit. Do you know how hot that is?
Reaches 4,700 degrees Fahrenheit.
Damn!
About 2,600 degrees Celsius.
Damn!
More than
That's, what is it? What is it more than?
enough to make the rocks melt and then evaporate like puddles of water here on Earth. At the same time, the other half of the planet is relatively cool at about 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 1,900 degrees Celsius. So
Yeah, nah.
the rocks evaporate.
Hell nah.
Condense into huge
Fuck no.
clouds under the hellish temperatures on the hot half of the planet, and then these clouds fall as rains of magma heading back to the surface.
Wait, they have raining magma? Yo. How big are the magmas when they like fall? I want to know. Like, is it possible to like get your head like, it's like, bruh. I don't think bro. Most of these people watching this video have never been hit in the head up by an acorn while standing under a tree. I promise you, bro. So what would magma? How hot, man? Just get right into it, bro. I got too much questions.
Into stones before hitting the surface. This is real stone rain. Can you imagine seeing this with your own eyes? But wait, this next place will astonish you even more. HD 189773b is an exoplanet located 63 light years from us.
63 light years.
It's larger than Jupiter in size, and most likely you will agree with me if I say that it looks awesome. Can you possibly imagine what horror lies behind all this beauty? Can you possibly...
I see one horror. I see another horror. I see three horrors. I see. This might be another one. So what these are what are they called? Dang, what are they, bro? Bruh. Storms, bro. I bet you.
lies behind all this beauty? Its fantastic appearance is due to the fact that the atmosphere of the planet consists mainly of silicate particles. Think sand or glass. It also rains at a temperature of 1,700 degrees Fahrenheit.
Damn!
930 degrees Celsius, and it has winds that often reach 5,400 miles per hour.
Why? Bro. Isn't this like Mach 1? This is more than, this temperature is more than supersonic, I believe.
That's 8,700 kilometers per hour, which is 7 times faster than the speed of sound.
Damn! What did I tell y'all? Faster than the speed of sound. Bruh, you would die. Yo, the wind would probably... Yo, imagine having your eyes open during that gush of wind. Yo, I wonder how that would happen. What would happen to you scientifically? I feel like you would just like go back and just hit one of these mountains, bro. I don't know. Which way is the wind even blowing?
Terrifying than the rains on the previous planet. Here, they're as clean as glass. Just imagine the scene. Clouds are coming from behind the horizon.
Oh my
The clouds of
god,
thunder
bro.
crack through. The wind surges to a speed of 1.24 miles per second. And finally, the sky explodes with pouring rain. Masses of glass are tearing through the atmosphere and into you at insane speeds. If such a storm suddenly arose on Earth at the same wind speed, it would fly around our planet at the equator in just 5 hours and 33 minutes. Local residents would feel it quite powerfully. But speaking of winds, really, this is nothing. This puny little storm is just a breeze compared to the wind that blows on planet HD 18973.
Hell no! What? Yo, who the hell is giving these planets names? Please, I need answers.
3b. The temperature on the solar-facing side of the gas giant often reaches a mind-boggling 1770 degrees Fahrenheit, and the temperature on the dark side is usually no lower than 1270 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 700 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
The small temperature difference between the two sides is due to the extremely fast winds, which here reach a fantastic 21,747 miles per hour. Which is 6 miles or 10 kilometers per second, almost 29 times faster than the speed of sound. That's some wind. As I said in one of my past videos,
Why? Why do these planets need Mach speed winds?
the fastest wind ever recorded on Earth was during a tornado in Oklahoma in 1999, and its speed reached just 300 miles per hour, which is 73 times less than the usual average breeze on HD 1897333b. If you had wings or a parachute, or even just a normal umbrella, you could fly around the entire planet in about an hour and 8 minutes just by opening that umbrella. But something tells me that your body would probably suffer some terrible indignities long before that. Stones falling from the sky, 5,400 degree temperature.
Oh, hell
rain
no.
faster than the speed of sound.
Ugh.
The more I learn about this, the less I have doubts about the existence of hell. I left off early the last episode on the topic of shadows, so let's continue. Let's imagine that there's a place where the rays from two suns wake you up in the morning.
Ooh. Imagine having two sons?
You could also watch 2 or even 3 sunsets at almost the same time in the evening. Previously, it seemed like a fantasy, and was possible only in Star Wars, until we discovered the amazing Kepler-16b exoplanet, which orbits in a system of 2 stars in the Cygnus constellation. 2 suns rise and set on the horizon of this planet, and if my shadow was suffering the despair of loneliness here on Earth, then on Kepler-16b it would have a friend. Although, most likely, if I could somehow teleport to this planet, then in a moment I would certainly die from the heat and lack of air. But if you allow me the luxury of a super-duper spacesuit, and I somehow stayed alive, in general, 2 suns and 2 shadows is certainly cool, but not as cool as 3 suns and 3 shadows. Astronomers have discovered an even more amazing object, HD 131998b, relatively recently.
God damn!
Broke all previous records. It revolves around 3.
What are these names and why? Is it like A, B, C, D, E, F, G? Is that how they name them? Is that like how they keep up? Is it simple like that with these names? God damn.
It also has a giant mass, 4 times larger than Jupiter's, and an unusually long orbit. A 1-year revolution of the exoplanet around its 3 stars takes 550 of our terrestrial years, and as the planet spins quite slowly, the 3 suns only descend from the sky in about half of this time. Imagine that you wouldn't see a single sunset for 275 years. This all happens 340 light years from our Earth, which is 300 light years further than our next exhibit, the planet ocean, Gliese 1214.
Oh, it's an ocean.
We know that water occupies 70% of the surface of our planet, but in our case, it's only 0.005% of the total mass of our planet. Scientists believe that on our distant neighbor, water could be up to 10% of the total mass of the whole planet.
What?
This means that Gliese 1214b is completely covered by a huge ocean reaching hundreds of kilometers
And there's nothing
The planet
living?
is 2.5 times the Earth's radius and approximately 6.5 times larger by mass. If you look at all those creations that live in our Earth's oceans, which is less than 6.8 miles in depth, it's scary even to imagine what monsters could hide in this terrible place.
Oh, yeah.
Most likely these monsters exist there only in my imagination. In fact, the bottom of this huge ocean is under such incredible pressures that life there is, in principle, impossible.
Damn.
It's known only that the water at the bottom of this mega ocean could likely be an exotic form of ice, known as Ice 7. However, all my
Ice
searches for information
7. Not Exto Ice, like something fancy, but Ice 7. Wow.
regarding this strange substance were unsuccessful. I still don't understand what the reality of this ice really is.
Ice don't understand either. You guys see what I did there? Y'all leave a like and subscribe. My bad.
In addition to the fact that it doesn't look like ice in the usual, normal, earthly sense, as it is apparently not cold at all, but is still solid in form. If you have a broader knowledge regarding this topic, please tell me about it in the comments. And for dessert, the last planet. A real hell here, my friends.
It looks like a strawberry shortcake.
Can't even boast of the same high temperature of which the planet Kelt 9b is burning. Approximately every 1.5 days, this planet, the size of our Jupiter, makes a complete revolution around its star. This star, at the moment, is one of the biggest stars near which scientists have managed to find planets. The A-class blue giant star, Kelt 9, whose age is estimated at about 300 million years, is approximately twice as large and twice as hot as our sun.
Yo, what's that? Ooh. What in the world? My bad. What's this? What do y'all think this is? A moon? It looks white. It looks like a golf ball, but it's like kind of like a crescent now. I don't know. Was it always like that? Am I tripping, y'all? It looks like a moon.
Because of its giant size,
What
the
is
planet
this, bro?
Kelt 9b, which rotates in the
Is this one thing? My bad. Is this one thing, bro? It look weird, bro. Is this one, bro? What? Oh my gosh, bro. This has got to be two, right? Because there's one right here and one right here. It just like one is covering the other.
immediate vicinity of this super hot reactor of a star is heated
Making
to
my
a
head hurt.
temperature of 7,800 degrees Fahrenheit, about 4,300 degrees Celsius. This is fantastic.
Damn! Bro, why is it so cold and hot on these planets?
Within spitting distance of the temperature
The
of
fuck?
surface of our own sun at 9,900 degrees Fahrenheit.
What the
Most
fuck?
Stars of the spectral classes F, G, K, and M do not exceed 1,300 degrees Fahrenheit, and only representatives of classes B and O get above 8,000.
Why is everything so hot and cold?
Free from the P word by watching one single video training you can actually watch by clicking the link below, but I want to give you 2 reasons why you should not watch that video right now. Number
The exoplanet discovered by Scott Gowdy with the help of a pair of Kelt telescopes turns out to be hotter than many stars. I don't know about you, but I just can't get this amazing fact out of my head. But this is not the end. They dress up in eccentric suits with wings, climb to some very high point. The tip of a steep rock on some mountaintop is just about right. And they jump. I don't know what these kamikazes are thinking, flying at insane speeds just a few. There's a wanted to repeat such a jump on Titan. He could make it all the way around this picturesque moon of Saturn. A dense atmosphere combined with low gravity makes this place a superb candidate for the resettlement of Homo sapiens in the future.
Homo
Just
sapiens.
imagine what mind-blowing entertainment could be invented under such fantastic conditions.
Oh yeah.
I would find
I would do 300 back. I would do like, what would I do on that planet? If I had zero gravity, I would do like 15 backflips straight.
finally be able to realize my most
Yeah, man.
cherished dream, to ascend into the air like a bird and soar. As you already know, it's not only birds that can fly. We just have to figure out how to get to Titan, and also how to make a cozy little nest there. And this, believe me, will not be easy. The fact is that in addition to all these bonuses awaiting future colonists, Titan has prepared for us a good little bundle of troubles. But this place is quite impressive. There's an atmosphere here. Moreover, it's 1.5 times denser than our terrestrial one. And this is about as good as it gets.
What is that?
The force of gravity is gear, which is also very, very not bad. But now comes the pain. First, it's terribly chilly. The temperature of the Titan atmosphere is minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh.
In addition to the fact that the average wind speed reaches as much as 20 miles per second. Walking on the
Ooh.
surface can really only be possible in the vicinity of a powerful heating installation, probably with a nuclear or a thermonuclear reactor.
Damn. What's up with these? Yo, bruh, if the meteor comes towards Earth, where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go? Yo,
This super dense atmosphere does not contain precious oxygen, but contains such very cheerful substances as cyanogen and cyanic acid.
what is
The
that?
atmosphere is not just unfit for
Come on,
breathing,
gang.
but is poisonous and
He needs to break down and explain what everything is. Oh my
first
god, bro.
opportunity will try to kill you. Consequently, all shelters on Titan should be completely hermetically sealed, and at the entrances and exits must have airlocks that do a complete and thorough replacement of the air.
You are even prettier in person.
There's a reason ball boys make especially attentive.
Since this is a world full of hydrocarbons, but with an oxygen deficit, which would be needed to burn the hydrocarbons, energy and transport on Titan will be arranged quite differently from that here on Earth. The substance acetylene, which decomposes with the release of heat, is at the bottom of Titan's lakes. It could be used as fuel
There's a planet called Titan and it has legs.
as an analog for coal and gasoline. Neither solar nor hydro energy will be much of an option. Hydropower won't be so effective as the rivers on Titan move very slowly. Wind power might be a good option, but beyond that, uranium will be needed for nuclear reactors for heating for settlers. And unfortunately, it's lacking on both Titan and in the Saturnian system as a whole. There are practically no heavy elements and metals, so most likely they will have to be delivered from asteroids. The best transport solution is airplanes, helicopters, and airships, considering the dense atmosphere and very low gravity. By the way,
Ugh.
an inhabited
Tight.
base filled with oxygen at a pressure of 1 atmosphere may well be lighter than titanium.
Bro,
air,
what in
so
the Star Wars Death Star is that?
could become similar to an airship. Imagine how cool it would be to live in such a flying city. Since there's no global ocean, rivers and lakes periodically dry out, so water transport is immediately thrown into the background. Although with special need, it could be used from time to time. If you use acetylene as a fuel, wheeled vehicles are also possible, but there will be a variety of problems with this, including wet sand, rough terrain, and of course, the wind. Therefore, it will be more expedient to use railways with trains on magnetic cushions for cargo transportation. My space broadcast comes to an end for today.
Alright, smooth. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Bruh, I don't understand. This was so much for me to process. It just, I don't know. I'm gonna react to more interesting stuff, but this really was, I don't know how it made me feel. It was surprising, some of the things I learned, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment. Let me know what you guys want to see more of, and without further ado, peace out.